So we are at the end of our book study. The 3 questions. A couple people asked me, why did you pick that book? Well, I like questions. Anyone else? It's like you're going on an adventure, and no matter how old I am, I keep asking questions. What's a good question? And our questions were, what is real? What is real? Is this real? Is my body real? Is the light real? Nope. Who am I? Now, there's the one that could take you for a list. Who am I? Are we all different? Are we all the same? Do we look different? Yes. Do we act different? Yes. Are we the same? Yes. And the last one is, what is love? And so the title of my talk is, what's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? Everything. To me, those other 2 questions are kind of irrelevant. Say it for me. Irrelevant. This question, what is love, is the most important question we ever ask or answer. And we're not talking about relationships today. We're not talking about our friends, our family, any of that. We're talking about our spiritual, divine mind. But before we get there, I want to tell a Thanksgiving traditional story. Anyone getting ready for Thanksgiving at your house or going to someone's house or planning, blah, blah? Well, in our family where I grew up, my mom's came from a very small family, and my great-grandparents, her grandparents, I may have said this before, were extremely wealthy. And they had live-in help, and they had a cook. And the cook made Thanksgiving dinner. Now, there was turkey and dressing and all the trimmings. Now, my mom loved the recipe of the cook and her dressing. So when my mom got married, the cook taught my mom how to make the dressing, how to make the turkey. And actually, her name was Margaret. She became part of our family, and she was at most of our family gatherings. There was no longer help and owner, or it never was owner, pardon me, never work relationship. It became family. So then I grew up eating that. Are you bored yet? Good. Okay, so I grew up eating that turkey and that dressing, and I loved that dressing. It was my very favorite. My dad did. My grandparents came, and every year, on and on and on. I grew up. I went to college. I got married. It was my turn. Turkey and dressing. I bought a turkey. I took it in the grocery bag over to my mom's. What do I do with this? She gave me her turkey roaster. She said I could get another one. We cleaned it up, and she showed me how to make turkey dressing. Now, from then on, I made that turkey and dressing. Years go by. Life changes. I moved to Portland. I marry Paul. Turkey and dressing. Paul liked my dressing. Stephanie, on and on. We had a blended family. History goes on. 15 years later, my daughter gets married. We have our first Thanksgiving. My son-in-law does not like my dressing. Where's the stovetop? Stovetop stuffing? We're going to my daughter's for Thanksgiving on Thursday. Guess what we're having? Stovetop stuffing. And last year, when Paul and I went to my darling daughter and her husband, Casey, and the grandsons now, what do they want? Stovetop stuffing. They're all grown. They're going on their way. We had some last year, stovetop stuffing, and it's not so bad. But isn't that the way life goes? We think we know. That was the best stuffing ever. That was the ritual in my family. Now, was I going to complain? Was I going to hold on to that concept? Was I going to be, or was I just going to eat stovetop stuffing? Now, I love to use little examples like that to remind us of the big picture. Because everything is just like stovetop stuffing. It's not that difficult if we come from love. When we come from judgment, when we come from my way is the highway, if we come from right and wrong, we would never try stovetop toughness. We would always be locked in, really it is, a locked in consciousness of not being able to be flexible, lovable, and connecting. Now, I certainly support anybody who's making dressing this year. So as we get to the bookstore study, what is love? Well, it's not our story. Our author talks about that we believe our story is love. So our relationships, the things, our family, our partner in life, our children, the people we work with, all of these layers are our story. They're not who we are. And our story is a representation of who we are. But we are always, as I said in the prayer, are more. We are always more than situations, experiences, and even our own ideas, because we're here to grow. I know some of us would like to stop. We'd like to just sit in our chair, read a good book, watch television, and have a cup of tea or coffee. Yeah? Anyone here? Oh, no. Oh, there are two. Maybe sometimes. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Absolutely not. However, there's always more. There's a world to explore. There's our own mind and heart that has so much waiting to express. Did I get pretty loud there? There's so much waiting to express, no matter your age, no matter your physical challenge, no matter what is going on in your life. There is so much more. So what is love? What is love? If it's not control, if it's not relationship, what is love? That would be your turn. What is love? Anyone? Yes? Ah. Anyone else? Clay. Love makes the world go round. Anyone else? It's the only thing that is. Exactly. It's the only thing that is. So how do we connect? Our book says love is life. Love is energy. Now, if energy is happening, it's movement. It's not static. So love is movement. And our dear Myrtle Fillmore called it spirit. Love is spirit. Eric Butterworth and many Unity authors call it divine mind, that we have within us this divinity, this divine mind. And this is what makes Unity unique. And I was just reading in his book again, I'll tell you about it, that we're eclectic. We borrow from many things and find truth. So what changed for me many, many moons ago, young mom in my 20s, I read this book called Discover the Power Within You. Now, I know many of you have read it. If you haven't read Discover the Power Within You lately, I can't find mine, so I'm going to have to get a new one. I know I probably gave it to someone, but Discover the Power Within You changed my life because it opened a door. It brought me to a new understanding that within me is the power. I say this phrase all the time, you can't buy it, you can't borrow it, it's not on eBay. You have the power within you to make changes, to make the world better, to build harmony, and to build relationships built on trust, not on fear and what's the word I'm looking for? The word that comes to me, mistrust. Not built on fear and mistrust. So I want to read to you a little bit from Eric Butterworth in one of his newest books. So I was recently at Unity Village. I told you a little bit about that. I went in the bookstore. Oh my God. Could have bought, there's so many new books. There's so many old books. And it was so beautifully decorated. It was like a candy store. And they have all new covers. And this is a new cover. I probably like the rainbow on the front. Practical Metaphysics, a new insight into truth. Now, Eric Butterworth didn't really write this book. It was a class he gave in 1981. And it was on cassettes. And someone doing research just a few years ago found those cassettes and turned it into a book. And so we're going to hear a little bit from Eric, not really literally here, but hear what he was saying to his class. Now, many of you might not know that Eric Butterworth was one of the most outstanding Unity ministers, wrote over 16 books, had a huge congregation, over 2,000 people on a Sunday morning at Avery Hall at Carnegie Hall. And he had many Jewish attending. He had people of all faiths attending because he had this incredible way of describing truth and the metaphysics of truth. Now, metaphysics, if we have forgotten, is the understanding of what's going on underneath the story, what's going on underneath the idea. So that which we cannot see. I like to call it the hidden message. There's always a hidden message, even in an advertisement, even in a song, there's always a hidden message. And metaphysics is when we look at a book, we look at the Bible, we look at discover the power, and there is a hidden message there. It's not a literal message. It's for your divine mind to discern. And we all discern it differently, don't we? Because of our background, because of our ideas, because of the way we grew up. We all discern differently. Now, isn't that glorious? But complicated. So I'm going to read to you a little bit from Eric. He does talk a little bit about Jesus and love your neighbor as yourself. And he talks about that in the Jewish tradition, that is, in the Hebrew Bible, should be translated to mean not giving something to him, but acting lovingly toward him. This is the intent of the commandment. And that's actually what Jesus was referring to, because we know he spoke Aramaic and he was Jewish. So we are saying that it's the attitude towards what you treat people. It's just not an idea. Some of us think, oh, I'll love my neighbor. I'll think about it. And then if it's a person I don't like, or if they have a car that's not very nice, or I don't like their loud music, or then I'll change my mind. Okay. This is the emphasis of love is on you from Eric Butterworth. Loving is keeping in the flow of the cosmic process. It's letting your light shine, keeping that light turned on, because the world needs the light. It probably does. Not because your family needs the light. They probably do. But because you need to keep your light turned on. Amen. Amen. All right. Otherwise, you and your own consciousness are going to suffer. This is the key. If you're not sending it in love, then you're not letting yourself be loved. This is the key. If you're not sending it in love, then you're not letting yourself be loved, and you're dependent on whether some other person acts lovingly towards you. Now, we've all had stages in our lives where we thought we were not lovable if someone else didn't love us. and it's not about that. In that common consciousness, every change in people and every changing condition in your relationship is a threat that triggers in your reaction of disappointment, hate, or resistance. You're always thinking about what are they going to do? Or you feel jealous or upset or angry because I love that person, but they haven't responded in return. Have you been there before? Victoria Lee has. So he goes on to talk about the word namaste. He quotes the Hindu story, how namaste translates to I see the light in you. I see the God in you. I see the divine in you. That is more than just saying, I care about you. I see it. I acknowledge it. Ooh, I get chills. I feel it. I feel it. Course in Miracles says, love everyone, no one special. Are you sure? Are you sure? Now we're special. We go to Unity. We're special. We collect teddy bears. We're special. Now those people, they're not special. Who's special? Oh, my daughter's special. Just ask me. My beloved Paul is special. No one is special. Joan and I were talking. I brought some cards for her and Trish from the bookstore. It's a little envelope with cards you can pull. It's a pop-up affirmation when you're having a hard day. And she said, in the 70s, I got a card from someone, a Course in Miracles card. Guess who got a 70s card from the Course in Miracles? I know the people who wrote the Course in Miracles card. Guess who kept her Course in Miracle card and found it in her book this week? Oh, upside down. You cannot enter into real relationship with any of God's sons or daughters unless you love them all equally. Love is not special. Did we forget? Do we sometimes go to sleep? Do we not listen? Is the universe knocking on your door saying, come on, come on, come on? And you're going, no, no, no. Our closing song is It's in Every One of Us. Anyone? So what's the first line? It's in every one of us to be free. All right, Miss Angela, help us. But the very first line, now I'm going to tell you as she's coming to the piano, this was written in 1975, November 1st. The songwriter wrote 7 songs that week, and this is the one that made it. They just had a 50th anniversary of this song, November 1st. Talk about energy, 2 weeks ago in LA. So help us with just the first line.
Every one of us to be wise.
What's the next one?
Find your heart. Open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by.
So we're going to go into meditation. Close your eyes and we're going to sing it again. It's in every one of us. And that means you. That means me. That means stovetop stuffing. That means everyone and everything that you ever felt hurt by, denied by, forgotten by. And it means everyone that you may have harmed or said something, resented. Just open your heart. We're going to sing it again.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by.
Close your eyes. Say to yourself, it's in me. It's in me. I am wise. I know it. I love with the intention of divine mind guiding me beyond what I thought was possible. I am a co-creator with the one that goes by many names. It's in every one of us. And if there's someone in your life today that you have pushed away, that you have judged, bring them into this room. Sit them in the chair next to you, in front of you. It's in you and in what we call them. All traditions, all faiths, all sizes and shapes and colors. We are part of one, like puzzle pieces. And we make up a cosmic consciousness.
It's in every one of us to be wise.
Put your hand on your heart.
Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by.
We go forth with the truth, the unity truth. One presence, one power, moving in and through me as me today. We have become one in this time together. And we take this energy out into our personal lives. And it is our work to see and be love. And so it is. And so it is. Opening your eyes very slowly. Just let this feeling fill your body. Please don't leave it here. Please take it with you into your holiday, into your week. And so it is.